Welcome along to Tuesday. Tuesday means it is qualifying guide time for your qualifying for this week's GP event. Whether or not you're driving on Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, we're going to hope to get you through because with Legends now out, we want to start getting some of them cards, and that means getting you through in the best shape for the weekend's racing. So welcome along to a big week in store, and that is a big week because we have the Legendary Drivers GP event. Yes, if you haven't seen already, where have you been? You've been living under a rock. Legendary Drivers are now in the game, as you can see, and they are available with progression through the milestones. Make sure to check out my Monday video around don't making mistakes in the milestones. So let's take a look what we have though. This week we have some Legendary Driver 10% increases. We have Emerson Fittipaldi, we have got Mario Andretti, and we've got Gilles Villeneuve, all receiving a 10% stat boost. So that will apply on Wednesday after 9 AM UK time. So if we go and have a look at them drivers, just so we can see the divisions that they run into. So when we have a look through here, we've got Andretti. He can be used in Challenger GP or higher, cannot be used in Junior. We have got, I'm pretty sure we had Gilles Villeneuve, contender or higher for Gilles Villeneuve. And then we have got Fittipaldi, contender or higher. You won't be able to use Fittipaldi in Junior or Challenger. They are restricted GP levels for some Legendary drivers. And I'm sure we've got that right. Emerson, Mario Andretti and Gilles Villeneuve. Yes, we have. Now, what we're going to do is we do give you the best advice for your GP round, and we try and use some of the data that we've collected within our own clubs. Now, you can get access to all these maps in my private Discord by becoming a channel member as well. Now, let's go and take a look what we have got for qualifying. It is race number 1. We are heading off to the prestigious circuit of Monaco. We have got the tough cracking Italian track of Monza. We've got the Dutch Zandvoort in race number 3. And we've got Wet and Wild, always a decent race round here. It is Silverstone for race number 4. 100% wet as well. So we're going to get into your strategy guide straight away. Remember, I'm going to cover your track stats, your setups that you need to look at, and your drivers potentially too. But we're going to have the best boosts that you can use, which feature the track boosts and your strategy. So let's head over to the strategy area. But first, hit that like button. So here we go then. The strategy area has commenced, and we're going to kick it off with the wonderful street circuit on F1 Clash of Monaco. Now, it's a decent circuit in real life, but not for the 2024 cars, because we struggle to overtake. But let's have a look in the F1 Clash world. So you will see the track stats at the top. You are going to require your defending drivers. The biggest or the more defending stat, the quicker your drivers will go. Cornering track stat. The more cornering track stat you have on your car, the quicker you will go. So you want to prioritize cornering, maybe a little bit of Q for qualifying in there as well to balance off. Now, after the recent update, 4 softs are a little bit more difficult to do, but 4 soft, 4 medium is what we advise to run in Champions and Contender. You roughly need around 45-50 tyre management to be able to do 4 mediums. You're going to need around 75 to 80 to comfortably do 4 softs. Now, a quick note, Hutch have recently updated this track, which means running out of tyres does slow you down a lot more. So if you're not comfortable, go for that 4 medium, 4 medium. Now, bottom right of your screen, you will see the boosts. These are all the boosts that feature both defending and cornering track stats, and they're there for your use. Hook and Prince we recommend as the 2 best boosts around Monaco, but you've also got the likes of Movember, Jin, Sa, Cranberry, Reindeer and Downforce, all available for you to use. And now if you see the track map in the very top right hand corner, you've got the blue to go on to conserve on your engine mode, yellow represents medium, and red represents attack. So you want to gain them power unit back in the blue sections. Next up then, we know we've got Monza. Can be a very, very tough track for overtaking, and it's one of the notoriously difficult ones. So again, we are looking at defending drivers, so you do not need to change your drivers for this one, but you have to change your setup. No longer a cornering setup required, you need to move on to a speed setup. So you want to go all out speed, maybe a little bit of qualifying in there as well. That's going to give you the best pace around Monza. Now, Champions and Contender, 4 soft, 4 soft. Now, you can run this with about 90 tyre management. That includes an Eagle boost. So if you've got around 70, you can run Eagle and do a 4 soft, no problem. But if you don't, go ahead, 4 medium, that is a good strategy as well. Challenger and Junior, 3 soft, 2 soft, and a 4 hard in there as well. You probably do need around 50 tyre management to be able to do 4 medium, but we just expect it's a lot better to have a bit of extra tyre and extra power unit to use as well when you're attacking through the corners. Then down the bottom you can see the boosts: Rainbow, Tulip, Voice and Warrior, and obviously in the little bit of comment down below we've put Eagle, Street Shark and Firework, which hold 1 of the track stats. In the top right corner, 3 places to conserve power unit in blue, 1 in yellow and the rest in red. There is good places to overtake in Monza, but please remember it can be a tough track, especially starting towards the back. So, race number 3, we're going Dutch. We are going to Zandvoort for a pretty much a one-stop circuit from Champions and Contender. But make sure, overtaking drivers are now required. Get rid of your defending drivers, pick your overtaking, and your setup needs to go back to cornering. So we've had cornering, speed, back to cornering. Make sure to change. Champions and Contender, it's all about 4 medium. You're probably, off memory, a good 55-60 tyre management will get you 4 mediums. You can use the hards, but prefer the 4 medium. Challenger and Junior, 3 soft, 2 soft, and we've got the 3-2-3 so that you don't double stack. So I know double stack can be a pain. The boost to use, Copper is the best one round here, giving you overtaking, cornering and race start. You can also use Glitz, Herald, Cranberry and Ode as well. Top right, the lovely track map, 3 places to conserve. There's a good 4 places to go medium and the rest is attacking. So make sure you're conserving that power unit to give yourself every chance. Now we're going to head off to Silverstone for the final circuit in qualifying, and it's a complete change on the track stats. Tyre management driver is required and a power unit car setup is required too. Recommend to go all out power unit because it just seems to be so fast power unit this season, and we only need to look at the wet strategies. Champions and Contender, you're going to be expecting most of the AI to pit on lap 4, so if we've got a 4 wet, 3 wet and an undercut of a 3 wet 4 in there as well. From Challenger and Junior, a little bit more difficult unless you take a massive tyre boost, so we're going to go with 3 wet, 2 wet, 2 wet and a 2 wet, 3 wet, 2 wet. We are going to do the 2-stop, we've got to do that nicely as well. So a 3 wet, 2 wet, 2 wet and a 2 wet, 3 wet, 2 wet will be nice enough in Silverstone. The boost down below though, Butterfly, Pretzel and Frost we recommend for that good tyre management. You've also got Dragon, Instinct, Deadfast, Iron Force and the new Surf available to you. Top right then, good straights to conserve power unit on this circuit, and you can gain a lot of power unit quick because it is a power unit circuit. You've got yellow and red there for your different zones and lot of points that you can get from Silverstone. So that is your legendary drivers GP covered for your qualifying round. We are going to be back on Friday for your opening round and final round, where we go through some interesting circuits to come as well. So hopefully we're going to see you there. We're going to try and get you as many points as we can as well, as we look to try and cement a top weekend as we've got the legendary drivers GP.